The Hero World Challenge features 20 of the very best in golf. But they aren't the only champions here at the Albany Golf Course. Wandering around, I bumped into the Prince of Trinidad himself. Ryan Lara, thank you for joining me. What's it with cricketers and golf these days?
I know, we tend to love golf. I just think, when you play a team sport, you tend to want to get out on your own. I think that was the reason for me for loving golf. But it's a great game, some huge superstars, and we just love getting out there in the middle. So playing golf for me is a little bit of recreation away from cricket.
Just talking about West Indian cricket, the debacle sort of at the T20 World Cup, is it time for the transition, you think so now?
Yeah, most definitely. Obviously, it was a very experienced team, and the likes of Chris Gayle and Dwayne Bravo, all in the twilight of their careers. They had a chance. Obviously, as West Indian, you're very optimistic, but, the next World Cup is 12 months away, and we need to come in with a pretty young team, and maybe a team that may not win the World Cup, but a team that you can say, okay, let's get them the experience and line them up for the future tournaments. But I'm almost sure that these guys know. A couple of them have already retired, that they've had their last chance. I'd like to see a West Indies team that, have a lot more youngsters in it, blood them and get them going for the future.
Brian, T20 sort of took the focus over the last couple of years, but the Test team has not been winning much. But as you say, that transition has been happening there. Is it a matter of just waiting for things to click into gear there?
I don't think so. I think, first of all, you have to accept the fact that in the West Indies, our resources are not as, in abundance as, say, the other bigger countries, first world countries, England, Australia, even India. So we have that problem. We've got a lot of ability, a lot of youngsters with crazy ability. I just feel that we're not harnessing the talent very well. The West Indies Cricket Board may need to do a little bit more to get these youngsters to bridge, say, first-class cricket to international cricket, and that's where we're letting ourselves down. The guys look very good on the first-class field, but when they get into the Test arena or just playing international cricket, you can see that, they're not just up to it at that moment.
The World T20 was supposed to be the big cricketing event of the year, but events over the last couple of months have completely overshadowed what's happening on the field. Were you surprised when Azim Rafi came out and said that English cricket was institutionally racist? Did that sort of really, because you've played a lot of cricket there?
Yeah, I played a lot of cricket in England, and I mean, not just cricket, all other sporting disciplines, football. Everyone seems to have a problem with it, but I sort of reared his ugly head in cricket with the Yorkshire situation, and English cricket will have to look at it very seriously, and I think someone coming out and speaking about it honestly from the heart, I think it could only benefit English cricket. It might look like a bad situation now, but you get it, you sort of cut it at this point and see if you can improve things for the future.
You played a lot of cricket there. But did something like this ever come across you or some? Okay, let's face it, you were Brian Lara, you were the best player in the world. No one can tell you anything, but your other teammates, a lot of West Indians played in England as well?
Well, I don't think it's something that I really want to comment on. I mean, it's, I finished playing cricket 14, 15 years ago, so, on occasions, you've been in different countries and these things happen, but I suppose you've got to be focused. And as a West Indian, I was very proud to be a West Indian, first of all. I was very proud to be representing my country. And these matters really didn't factor too much in my mind. But it's presently a situation in England. It's a situation in worldwide sport. And we've got to do something about it.
Absolutely. Just moving on, England are in Australia for the Ashes. And both teams sort of facing a lot of heat with off-field matters. England with this situation, obviously Australia with Tim Paine stepping down. Not exactly the best build-up for an Ashes series.
No, it's not, but it's I suppose the biggest battle in cricket, England versus Australia. Australia obviously would have the upper hand playing at home. They just won the World Cup. They may be very buoyant and feel very confident. An English team that I feel is not at its best. You look at the players that they have there. I'm not sure if they can handle Australian conditions against Australian fast bowlers especially. So it's going to be an interesting series, see how it comes off. A lot of the field matters to deal with, but as soon as cricket starts, we all try to put that behind us.
Okay. Tim Paine steps down, Pat Cummins comes in. But were you intrigued with Stephen Smith getting back a leadership role? That in a sense this is redemption?
Well, that's an Australian matter. I mean, if he
Just from the outside.
I mean, yeah, obviously he's a good leader, and he was the captain of the team before what happened in South Africa. So Australia would have sort of looked at him and measure his performance, maybe his attitude and how he's improving. And if they feel that he's ripe and ready for that leadership role again, they'll give it to him. So congrats to him. I think obviously he's an awesome player for Australia. And to say I was surprised, no, I just believe somebody's got that sort of quality. You've got to put him in leadership role, especially he seems someone who was very sorry for what took place as well.
Okay, final question before I let you go. An important question in world cricket. We're seeing a lot of players sort of opt out of tours now because of bubble fatigue. Is it time for the administrators of the sport to take sort of important decisions? Because A, you got the sport to move ahead, but you also got to look after the players' well-being as well, especially with the new COVID variants coming out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, I think the administrators are doing their best. I mean, when you get into a bubble, if you don't break the bubble, you sort of feel safe about it. Even for myself, who is into sort of commentary, we have to go into a bubble. It is frustrating. It is tough. Some players, as you said, are opting out of series, which is understandable. You don't want to spend, 12 months of the year moving from bubble to bubble, not seeing your family, not having any sort of interaction. So I can understand. I've sat in my room for 14 days just, looking at the ceiling. Can you imagine having to play professional sport on top of that? So I think it's the best we can do in the situation that we are in. Other sports, you look at golf, maybe you're seeing a lot more liberty, freedom in what's going on. But I just think in a cricket environment, especially in places like India, Australia is very strict. You just got to accept it. And if you're strong enough mentally and you feel like if you can get out there and play, you go out and play. If you can't, you take a break and you come back the next time.
Brian Lara, a pleasure and honor to speak to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.